ODU 1. 1, 2. Orunmila says it should be done little by little. I say it is little by little we eat the head of the fish. We are not as large as the elephant, nor as sturdy as the buffalo. The sash worn underneath is not equal to the sash tied on top. No noble is as great as the Oni of Ife. No string of cowries is as long as that of Yemideregbe. Yemideregbe is what we call the owner of the sea. Orunmila says that we should measure the length and measure the breadth of things. The hand reaches much higher than the head, and the young palm fronds extend much higher than the old palm fronds. But no forest is so dense that the iroko tree cannot be seen, and no celebration is so loud that the gong cannot be heard. This is a teaching on moderation in our approach to life and in our truthful evaluation of our ability, potential, and possibilities. Things should be done little by little, or step by step, the text tells us. For such a measured approach enables us to make adequate evaluations in our engagement and understanding of things. In a word, the text says we should measure the length and breadth of things. This also implies our need to delve into the depth of things. For the metaphor of the sash underneath of the one on top requires our going below the surface to see difference and distinction. And indeed, the examination of each situation itself requires depthful reflection. This verse also teaches that even though we must not overestimate ourselves, we still must determine our possibilities, pursue them, and make our own distinct contribution to the whole. Thus, we may not be as large as an elephant or sturdy as a buffalo, but we each have our own strengths. We are not the king of Ife, nor do we have the riches of the sea, but there is royalty in righteousness and riches in good character. And if we are not intellectually inclined, we must still use our heads the way we can, and find the higher work of our hands can reach and do. Moreover, the teaching suggests that there are advantages to being both young and old. The old palm fronds have defined and strengthened the tree, but the young palm fronds building on that base must find their meaning in pushing forward further and higher. And finally, the text teaches that in the midst of the many, the distinct, by definition, stands out. Thus, no matter how dense the forest is, the iroko, or African tea tree, will still stand out, and regardless of the loudness of the celebration, the gong dares to be heard. In conclusion, we must approach life and the things before us in a measured and reflective way, and we must not be immobilized or dispirited by what we cannot do or be, but rather we must discover and clear our own paths of possibilities and pursue them.